Welcome to LaughNapkin. Today I have two stories for episode 30 of r/EntitledParents. So hit that thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and let's get into it. My son is a better artist than you, therefore he deserves your sketchbook. Cast: Karen, the psycho mom who lives in your closet. EK, entitled kid. Me, some guy writing this instead of doing his homework. NM, nice man. For some background, during the summer between my 8th and 9th grade school years, I signed up for an architecture program in Boston being hosted by a college dedicated to art and design. I won't say which one for privacy reasons. The program was 5 weeks long and consisted of the students going around the city looking for inspiration and learning about different styles, methods, and types of architecture. I ended up learning a lot from that program, and it helped me during my sophomore year of high school since I took an architectural design class, but that's a different story. This program was somewhat unique because most of the time we were out in the city, sketching and drawing things on sketchbooks given to us by the program, and I loved that sketchbook. I would doodle everything in there, whether it be fan art, landscape, character designs, basically anything that crossed my mind. Anyways, one day during the 3rd week of the program, they decided it would be a good idea to take my group to the Boston Public Garden because that place is absolutely gorgeous and full of things to sketch. Anyways, on to the story. So my group arrived at the garden at around noon and my leaders came up with a challenge. They told me and the other 5 kids in the group that we would have an hour to draw the best sketch of the garden and whoever won would get a gift card to Dunkin' Donuts. Everyone wanted that gift card, so we all split up and went to different areas to capture the best part of the park. I ended up picking a gorgeous spot under a weeping willow tree right next to the pond where the swan boats would pass by. Perfect! It was my golden ticket to a free gift card and I didn't want to miss out, so I began to draw. I was about a half hour in and I had most of the pond done and was moving on to some of the landscape in the back when I hear a snicker from above me. I look up to find this 12-year-old kid staring down at me and smiling, which startled me at first, but then I realized he must be watching what I'm doing. Nothing wrong with that. Entitled kid: That's the best you can draw? Please, I can draw art like that within 3 minutes. I keep a straight face, and as kindly as I can, tell him, "Oh, well, that's awesome you can draw like this. It's always nice to meet more artists. You can watch over me if you'd like to." Entitled kid: "No, I've got better things to do than watch someone struggle with something so simple," and left. I was a bit confused and frustrated since I was talked down to by a 12-year-old. But I just brushed it off, seeing as I had more important things to do. About 20 minutes later, and I begin to add some details, like birds flying and some textures, when in the corner of my eye, I see not just entitled kid coming up to me again, but this other woman as well. She had long curly blonde hair, a tank top, jeans, skinny, and this really annoyed look on her face. Uh-oh. She came up to me putting on this fake smile while looking down at me, and this is how the conversation went. Karen: "Hi there, young man. My son told me he saw you doing some really good art." "Oh, why thank you." "Entitled kid here is a really good artist, top of his class and is doing some art online. You could learn a lot from him." "That's cool. It's nice to meet other people who are interested in art. I'm still learning some techniques to improve my work, and I'm always open to suggestions and tips from others." "Yes, well, entitled kid also told me that he really likes your sketchbooks and the drawings in them." "Oh, well, I'm glad he does." "Yes. So, can he have it?" "What?" "Entitled kid has been looking for a new sketchbook and he can't seem to find the right one for him. But he said yours is perfect, so can he please have it?" I'm sorry, I can't give away this sketchbook since it has all of my drawings in it. If you want it, I can see if I can find it for you online." Karen cuts me off. "No, he told me it has to be your sketchbook, nothing else. So can you please give it to him? It would mean a lot." "I'm sorry, but no. Like I said, it has all of my drawings in it and I can't give them away like that. You're just selfish. You should always give away things to people who are less fortunate than you, so stop being a brat and give it to him. No, I told you once and I won't tell you again. This has all of my drawings in it and I would be happy to direct you where you can buy a sketchbook just like this one. Entitled Kid. Mom, why don't I have it yet? Karen. Don't worry, honey. Mommy's getting it for you. See what you did? Stop being so difficult and just give it to him. She snatched the sketchbook from my hands, gave it to Entitled Kid, and then walked away. I was dumbfounded and took a few seconds to process what the hell just happened. And when I came back to reality, I began to chase her down, and just as I did, someone stood in front of Karen and Entitled Kid. Karen. Get out of my way! I need to get home right now. Nice man. Okay, I'll move when you give that book back to that young gentleman over there. Pointing at me. It's not his. He stole it from Entitled Kid, so I took it back from him. Now move. I know that's BS. I've been having a picnic with my family for over an hour, and we've seen him sitting under that tree with that book the whole time. Then you came along and snatched it from him. Care to explain why? Karen is now stumbling upon her words. He took it before he came to the tree. It's still Entitled Kid's, and I'm not giving it back to the thief. Nice man snatches the book from Entitled Kid. Then why are all these images signed OP instead of Entitled Kid? Karen's face went white. She stood there looking at him for a few moments, then walked away cursing at him and telling me my drawing sucked anyways. How nice. Nice man thankfully gave me my sketchbook back, and I thanked him graciously. I flipped through the pages to find that the Entitled Kid had completely defaced my sketches, scribbling out everything with a black pen, to the point where the drawing was just a bunch of black lines. He even drew on the back page of the book, which looked like a dog drawn by a 3-month-old. I couldn't really tell because it was so bad. Take that, Entitled Kid. Thankfully, Entitled Kid had not gotten to my garden drawing, and I was happy because I actually still had a chance of winning that card. Nice man looked over my garden drawing and told me that it was incredibly good, and I should be proud. It was really nice to hear that after a grown woman and young boy completely destroyed and ridiculed my work. I thanked him over and over before leaving the entrance of the park, and Nice man told me that he'd warned the park patrol about them. I didn't end up winning the gift card. Some other kid who drew like a god drew an amazing picture on top of the bridge overlooking the pond. Mostly because I didn't get any time to finish the details, but my counselor still said it was really good. I also told them about what happened with Karen and Entitled Kid, and we also told the park patrol about what happened. Not sure what happened to them, but I really don't care. I just hope that they were punished in some way or another. An entitled parent gives me a nickname that I now embrace. Some backstory. One of my favorite things in life is to be in the water. This ranges anywhere from being in the shower for extended periods to swimming in a lake, creek, or the ocean. I just love it. Now, most people would think I would be a student athlete swimmer or something, but I wasn't. I just enjoyed the water for the sake of it. However, I also don't have a typical swimmer's body. This happened when I was about 11 or 12, but my body type hasn't changed much. I'm stocky, to put it nicely. Chubby if I'm not being so nice. Anyway, on to the story. Like a lot of kids born in the 90s, I took swimming lessons. Unlike a lot of kids though, my parents noticed how much I loved the water and how good and safe of a swimmer I was and signed me up for junior lifeguard lessons. This was a program where professional lifeguards would teach kids around 10 to 13 the tricks of the trade. This included how to conduct a rescue safely, how to conduct CPR effectively, and a little psychology. At the end, we were recognized by the local park district as trained lifeguards and could pursue that work when we became old enough. So there were about 7 or 8 kids in my class. Ever the good student, I hung on every word my instructor said. I will admit, I had a bit of a kid crush on her. I turned out not to be very good at being a lifeguard, but I stuck with the training because I realized that as a good swimmer, these skills may come in handy somewhere down the line. However, that didn't apply to all the students. One was particularly bad, and he will be henceforth known as Entitled Kid. His entitled mother will be known as Entitled Mom. My mom will just be M. Keep in mind that any dialogue I remember is now 15 years old, so it's probably messed up a bit. One day we were doing a particular lesson that I called the deep dive. This was performed in the 15-foot deep section of the pool. The idea was to retrieve a weight from the bottom that weighed approximately what a small child drowning would weigh. Our instructor, who we will shorten to IN, was timing us throughout the lesson. This is understandable because when someone is that far gone in drowning, every second counts. Entitled Kid goes first, and he gets a bit below average time based on the charts we were shown earlier. He's clearly mad, and he doesn't get any better in subsequent tries. Then it comes to my turn. I dive in with no hesitation and grab the weight and retrieve it in good form and exemplary time. As soon as EK hears my time, which was better than his by over 7 seconds, he throws an absolute fit. It didn't get any better as the other students all had better times than he did. After the last kid goes, Entitled Kid gets in my face. "You cheated!" How did I cheat exactly? I don't know, but you cheated. There's no way a fatty like you beat me. Now this hurt me. I'm very self-conscious about my weight even today. My face goes red with embarrassment, and I start to tear up a bit as he continues to lay into me. Instructor: "Hey guys, let's be nice here and move on." She tries to stand in between us. Enter Entitled Mother with the hair and the typical outfit. Why do Karens dress this way to a pool? Entitled Mom: "Stay away from my son, you little brat." Instructor is maybe 18 or 19. She turns to me. "And you, go off and eat some ice cream, you whale. Leave this to the healthy, trim-fit angels." As she says this, she's framing her son like he's standing to pose for a portrait of Jesus. My mom hears this insult as she's walking in to wait to pick me up, and she then gets in Entitled Mom's face as she continues to call me a whale and a fatty. All while instructor still tries to defuse the situation. Finally, I guess the Entitled Mom just got tired of it and scoffed. Entitled Mom: "This little crap isn't even worth my time. Come on, Entitled Kid." Entitled Kid follows his mom out and gives me a dirty look as he heads for the exit. Mom took me home soon after and did her best to reassure me that nothing was wrong with me and that I'm a great swimmer and all the stuff moms say when their kids are being hard on themselves. The hilarious thing was that insult backfired on them. At the time, I began to become really interested in whales and dolphins and began realizing how cool they were. That realization for tween me did wonders for restoring my confidence, and now it's one of the nicknames that I insist on. I am the whale. I'm still an excellent swimmer to this day. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed making it. Don't forget to join my Discord if you want to submit your own story or just be part of the LaughNapkin community. And please, consider subscribing as it helps me out big time.